How's it going, folks? Recording my first main slate best ball draft of the year. So I did about 90 pre-draft contests and cooking up a mini Schnauzer here. Actually, I guess they called it a regular size Schnauzer this time. I think it is just a Schnauzer. So I have done a few of these. It's my first time picking before pick 10. I think I've done 5 of them. So happy to have the 6th pick. I think picks 1 through 6 are quite a bit better than 7 through 12. Like, I'm really high on Chase, Jefferson, and Lamb. I don't mind any of these 3 running backs. Then I think there's a teardrop. My next 3 players after Lamb are actually Malik Neighbors, Ashton Jeanty, and Brock Bowers. So that differs from ADP quite a bit. So I think you'll see me having quite a bit of Neighbors, Bowers, and Jeanty, and not as much Puka, Collins, Thomas, and St. Brown. I'm sure is interested to see how those folks may move around this summer. At pick 6, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm probably just taking whoever of the top 6 players is available at my pick. Do want to go through and star up a bunch of guys who are right now ranked too low. Then make sure I don't time out. Just gonna take Gibbs here. It's cool. These are kind of the guys I'm really like targeting that are. I think their ADPs are too low. There's a bunch more like Shipley and Lloyd and stuff like that, but I'm not as worried about forgetting those guys because they're down near the end of the draft. And I'm more worried about forgetting to pull up these guys. You don't have to pull up a Shipley or a Lloyd very much. Could look to do something with Goff here. Maybe get JMO in round, what is it, 4, I believe. Yeah. And sometimes you can get Laporta in round 6, though I doubt he'll fall this far. Not over the moon to do much with Goff anyway, but just something to keep a thought on. Probably be looking to grab a wide receiver here in round 2. Unless we have like some crazy value fall. But unless McCaffrey or Bowers were to fall to us, which I highly doubt would happen, probably be looking to go wide receiver over running back. Could consider Devin A-Chain, I suppose. We also could consider Trey McBride and not go with a wide receiver. Don't love that. I'd prefer to take Trey McBride when I start with the wide receiver and have a little bit more firepower that way at wide receiver by not having 2 non-wide receiver picks early. Trey McBride's going to be a little tough for me this year just because I also like Kittle, who lines up on that side of the board as well. So sometimes I'm going to want to pass him to leave a spot open for Kittle. So kind of see how that goes. So I might look at A-Chain here actually. See who this person takes. Boy, A-Chain or Lad. I'm just going to go ahead and take Lad. I'm sure the person that took CeeDee Lamb ahead of me is probably pretty pleased to get A-Chain or McBride. So might cook up some. Oh yeah, the other person that I need to star here is Trey Harris. Might cook up a Justin Herbert stack here. the guy with Lamb did take A Chain. Uh, 6 picks away. Probably taking a wide receiver. Many good options here. Tyreek, I'm kind of trying to fade a bit, but if we got him at 30, I'd probably consider taking him. So I'm definitely going to take a wide receiver here, just whatever out of Wilson, Moore, or Harrison that's left for me. I'm okay with all those guys. I do like Wilson the most, but I find them all acceptable. Right, get Garrett Wilson, so opens up Fields for us. So we have quite a few little options with quarterbacks. We can do something with Fields. We could do something with Herbert. We still have an option to look at maybe building something with Goff since we started with Gibbs, who will catch some passes for sure. So I might kind of leave a wide receiver spot open for my wide receiver 5 to be Trey Harris. Not that I would really mind my wide receiver 6 being Trey Harris, but so like not a thing to click on to bring up the board anymore. Where is the board? There used to be a button here where you could click to bring up like the whole board that was drafting, but I don't know if that's an update issue or what. So I have my eye on Jamison Williams to go with my bet of Detroit stuff. Maybe Hampton to go with building out my Chargers bet. Brees as a faller would be nice. Yeah, I'd probably take Hampton or Jamison Williams. All right, I'll take Jamison Williams. I'm not going to reach for Laporta or anything. He was pick 66. This is kind of crazy that there's no like way to bring up the board. Maybe I'm just dumb and it exists and I don't know how to do it. But I will try to figure that out before I record another one of these. So anyway, I don't even know. Like I'm gonna have to look on my phone to even see what my next pick is for numbers. So I pick at 54 and then 67, and I believe Laporta is 66. So definitely will not be taking Laporta next pick, but if he has a pick after that, we can consider building out this Detroit bet, doing something with Goff, and then following him up with one of Herbert or Fields. I probably prefer to do Fields this time just because I've already drafted a couple Herbert teams, but I'll probably not take Kittle if he's there, just to try to leave open Laporta, see what happens with that. Got my eye on McMillan or Sutton. Could also pull up Travis Hunter. I don't think that would be too bad. That sucks. If he takes Sutton, we'll probably pull up Travis Hunter, I'm thinking. Yeah, let's just take Sutton. That's fine. So obviously, we have like all kinds of great quarterback options. Now with Sutton, we have Bo Nix. I must see where Goff lines up in case we do get Laporta. See where I would need to take him. So he's picked 99. We have picked 91 and 102, so I'd probably take Goff at 91. So I don't think I'd want to fart around with not getting him if I'm like double stacking plus have Gibbs. But, probably have to look at what our options are and then decide. So some pretty good running back options at this end of the board as well. You don't really like forced to pick anything. RJ Harvey did go off the board, so he's out of the queue. I do actually like what you're able to do a little later at wide receiver in these early drafts a little bit, so I don't mind being like one wide receiver behind early. I don't want to be any more behind than that, but it's kind of looking at Ken Walker or Laporta. I'd assume this person does not take tight end, so I'm just going to take Laporta. Nice falling Ken Walker, but I have a bunch of him. He's guys going to have a lot of them. Really kind of want to build this Detroit bet out and take off at 91, so I'll just let that value on Kenneth Walker go this time. I'd rather do this. So I'm open-minded to taking a running back here because I might then want to grab Trey Harris as my wide receiver 5. A couple guys I'm okay with grabbing, like if I fail to get that, are Shaheed, Mims, Pittman. So it's not like you're drawing dead if I miss Trey Harris, but if I am going to take a running back, it's going to be Caleb Johnson. If Caleb Johnson goes before I pick, I'm just going to take a wide receiver for sure. Then we're going to be looking at Goff, maybe like Scattaboo or something like that with our next 2 picks. So keep in mind that we will have Scattaboo as an option, which could adjust who we want to take here. So I like Caleb Johnson and Scattaboo, both pretty. Golden was the receiver I was most interested in. Okay, whoops. All right, we're gonna jump on our phone real quick. Take Caleb Johnson because I don't know what the hell just happened. And we'll get back in. Oh, there's the board. I wonder if it was there the whole time and I'm just that stupid. Definitely possible. So I would have taken Matthew Golden instead of Caleb Johnson if Matthew Golden would have still been there, but once he went off the board, I was no longer into that plan. Kind of scouting out the people on this side of us. Like, everyone has a QB except for this alpha fantasy guy who's probably going after Kyler Murray. So I don't actually think we need to pull Goff up unless we have a strong desire to. I'd probably be all right with pulling Goff up, and just taking the chance that I could lose Trey Harris. I could also go Nix and Goff, maybe with these next 2 picks, and kick wide receiver down the road a little bit. Get 2 really strong quarterbacks. I wouldn't hate that. I would not hate that at all. We do have still have Fields as an option too. All right. I really like Downs too. Either going to take Bo Nix or Downs here. All right. Like I said, I do think there's enough like decent value later at wide receiver that I don't mind being one behind. Right now we are one behind. I think we could catch up and be kind of ahead with Trey Harris, but if Goff makes it to my pick, I'll probably just take Goff. And I got to remember to try and get Pat Bryant later. As another stacking piece for Knicks. So eyes are on Trey Harris and Goff for me. Yeah. I'm having regrets now, folks. I'm having regrets. I got greedy. Well, there goes Fields too. Don't think I'm gonna like panic and go to Herbert here. QBs are flying. We can just like do something later on with a different quarterback if that's what we need to do. So it's fine. Like we can backstack May or Love or Trevor Lawrence. Get our Trey Harris going. See if Herbert falls back to us. So, what is my next pick here? Oh, that's why the board thing wasn't there because I scrolled down like an idiot. So, our next pick is 115. I think Herbert is a little bit higher than that. Yeah, 112, but he's pretty likely to go before then, given this room is just like swallowing up quarterbacks like it's going out of style. So maybe we end up with Drake May or something like that instead. It's a little further down. And go for a back stack of Drake May with Kyle Williams. I really like getting two quarterbacks in this like rounds like 9 through 12 range. Seems to be where most of the good quarterback value is. Don't really need to look at tight end for a bit, but it's like not the worst if we take one. Oh god, this guy's taking Herbert, isn't he? Oh gosh, that's so annoying. Oh yes. So we missed on Goff, but got lucky on Herbert. Got our double stack there with Herbert, Ladd, and Trey Harris. We will try to add Pat Bryant later to go with our Knicks and Cortland Sutton. I assume Evan Ingram is already gone. It looks like he is. So Evan Ingram's not an option. Marvin Mims is an option if we want. It's our next pick, perhaps. There's also some nice RBs on the board still with Travis Pacheco, Robinson. I hate DeAndre Swift, but at this point you have to accept that he is a reasonable pick. There goes Swift. Not a big Pacheco fan, but I don't know. Given what the Chiefs did at running back, he seems like a pretty reasonable pick. Gonna take either Charbonnet or Pacheco. Charbonnet is like a much higher ceiling guy, but I also have like infinity of him and like no Pacheco. Guess I'll do Pacheco this time. I just have like piles and piles of Charbonnet and like almost no Pacheco. Like I don't think Pacheco's that bad of a pick anymore. Like he's fine in this, this range that he's going to go in. So might look to pull Javonte up on the way back. Laporta is not such a strong tight end one that we can't spend a little bit, more on our tight end two, but not really a need. We could punt tight end two as well. Whenever I'm taking Bowers or McBride, I'm pretty much punting tight end two unless some weird shit happens, because for the most part, I'd like to not invest much into my second tight end when I have those guys. I'm pretty interested in Tillman these next couple picks. Tight end, I'll probably wait longer than this for sure. Maybe try and catch like a Freiermuth or someone down in that range. Brenton Strange. Those guys seem like equal to the guys that you can really get here. Interested in Benson, Javonte, Tillman. Those are kind of like the top guys on my board here. Tootin wouldn't be the worst either. He goes. I think I'm going to go with Benson here. I'm going to go with the upside, especially considering we just took kind of like a safe pick with Pacheco. I don't want to like be building like a bunch of this type of bet, and like Javonte is like a similar bet. I want like a more ceiling bet with him if I can get it. Kind of tempted to pull Tillman up here. I think Tillman should be ranked like way, way higher than he is, even with that disaster of a QB situation in Cleveland. Because like it's probably a fair price for him in the 150 range if he has one of the shitty quarterbacks, but like if it ends up with being Flacco, this seems way, way too cheap. Javonte is still on the board, so I could try to push it to 163 for Tillman. There's just so many of these running backs that I like, and wide receivers gets to be people I'm not too thrilled to take real quick. I don't mind Keenan Allen, but not in a rush. I'd like to see a bunch of tight ends go off. That's kind of cool. Do we get greedy or not? Nah, I just really want Cedric Tillman. Oh, it's not my pick yet. Well, hopefully this guy will take Javonte, and then all temptation is released. Gonna take Tillman. Probably not gonna take Bryant until like round 60 and 17. So decent chance that we lose him, but is what it is. So looking like we'll be in a 2682, which is awesome. Love it. Probably my favorite build. 0 RB and the 2772. I've done 2 of those already this year. Not as strong as other years, I would say. I have not liked the 0 RB teams that I drafted the first 2 as much as other years, but I did also get pretty unlucky with them. Like, some of my guys, like Pollard and Brian Robinson, went earlier than they normally would have. So I ended up taking guys like Swift that I don't like as much. But they're probably not really that dissimilar a bet. I'm just picky. Could look at Kyle Pitts here. Keenan. I am not in any way, shape, or form a fan of Kyle Pitts, but you could do worse. Not too interested in Dubes. Not really that interested in Keenan Allen for this particular team. Oh, we got Javonte back. Well, now I'm very happy that I took Tillman. I will take another boring bet at this price, but I wanted to get Trey Benson in there for the upside. Tight end is kind of savaged. Like, I either want Pitts, Fryermuth, or to punt the position until the last round, or at least around 17. Where goes Pitts? Well, the only tight end that I have interest in taking before later is Fryermuth. Sure. Man, I can't believe I'm so stupid that I forgot where the damn draft board was. Let's go see how some of these other teams started. Barkley, Lamar, and then 3 straight wide receivers, but didn't take. Oh, Zay Flowers didn't fall to him. Maybe he was hoping to get Zay Flowers. He took Lamar, Caleb, and Goff. Okay. The guy just doesn't know what he's doing. Burrow Fields. That's fine-ish. This build seems pretty terrible. There's just like too many non-wide receivers here. Did this guy like rescue himself? Shakir 4, Coleman 5, Stubbs and Allen. Yeah. Seeing some teams I don't love in here, which is nice for us. This team's pretty good over here. Started with Gene T. McCaffrey, but saved it with the. I have the same build as this guy in one of my previous drafts, but like, I think, just my opinion is like you got to be more patient on this Mahomes pick because I have the same team. Like, let's start Gene T. McCaffrey, Worthy and Rasheed, but I have Patrick Mahomes at pick 84. I guess since you got Ayuk here, you know, he's like one of like the guys that's way too cheap, so that seems like a decent deal, but taking Bryant to go with our Sutton and Bo Nix. 2 picks left. Oh, Jalen Ryle's just fine. That's what I was going to pick. I'll probably leave, I guess, a wide receiver for the last round, although there aren't many good wide receivers for the last round. So maybe we don't take Will Shipley for once. So Will Shipley is probably the best running back by a lot. So let's start Will Shipley. And if he goes, maybe we do something else. I don't hate Amari Cooper. I like Slayton. I don't mind Valdez Scantling. I could probably get some decent work in Seattle. Plus, Cooper Kupp has a tendency to not play that many games. So I like MVS is around a late round pick. I also think Darnold is like pretty good at throwing downfield. All right, let's just take Shipley and be done at running back. We don't have Saquon, right? I always do a Saquon check just in case. Because every now and then I'm like, oh shit, I have Saquon. So I guess this. I don't mind Torrey Horton. Like, he could definitely take over the role for MVS. We have like a bit of a Jets bet. I don't think Alan Lazard's the worst. Can't believe I just said that. Gross. Savion Williams is like an interesting one I might mix in the last round. I'll be honest, I have not the singlest fucking clue how he's going to get touches with all those wide receivers in Green Bay. But if just some way it happens, I think he could score some serious fantasy points. I think this things stand. I'm just going to take Slayton. I think he's the wide receiver 2 for the Giants. He's got spike weeks on his resume, so whatever. I don't think he's exciting, but we'll do it. All right. So we had Bo Nix and Herbert, Gibbs, Caleb, Pacheco, Benson, Javante, Shipley, Ladd, Garrett Wilson, J-Mo, Cortland Sutton, Trey Harris, Tillman, Pat Bryant, Slayton, Laporta, and Freiermuth. Love this team. Thanks for watching, and good luck in your drafts, folks.